United Christian Parish presents Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, the tale of a miserly man who comes to realize the true spirit of Christmas. When this story first appeared over 175 years ago, few observed Christmas other than at church. Few employers gave workers off for the holiday, and the jolly country celebrations of England's past were largely forgotten in the cities. But this little story helped transform Christmas from a staid religious holiday into the joyous season of faith, feasting, and goodwill it is to this very day. Dickens' Ghost Story of Christmas opens in London on a cold, snowy December 24th in the year 1843. Once upon a time, of all the good days in the year, on Christmas Eve, old Scrooge sat busy in his counting house. Ebenezer Scrooge was a squeezing, wrenching, grasping, scraping, clutching, covetous old sinner, a hard-hearted miser, secret and self-contained and solitary as an oyster, a morose and lonely man who consorted with nobody but himself. On this evening, the office of Scrooge and Marley was shrouded in cold, bleak, biting weather. But external heat and cold had little influence on Scrooge. No warmth could warm, no wintry weather could chill him. No wind that blew was bitterer than he.
God bless you, merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember God our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power.
Bah.
We were gonna
Merry Christmas, humbug. Be gone, you miserable little beggars. Take your infernal Christmas carols and get away from my door.
Sorry, sir. Merry Christmas, though, sir.
Bah. And you, nephew, what right have you to be merry? You're poor enough. Merry Christmas? Bah, humbug.
Christmas is a humbug, Uncle? You don't mean that, I'm sure. What right have you to be dismal about Christmas? You're rich enough. Don't be cross, Uncle.
What else can I be? Fred, when I live in such a world of fools as this, Merry Christmas. If I could work my will, every idiot who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips would be boiled with his own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his heart. Keep Christmas in your own way, nephew, and let me keep it in mine.
Keep it? But you don't keep it, Uncle.
Well, let me leave it alone then. Much good may it do you, much good it ever has done you.
But Christmas time is a good time, Uncle, a kind, forgiving, charitable, pleasant time when men and women open their shut-up hearts freely and think of others as if they really were fellow passengers to the grave and not another race of creatures bound on other journeys. Therefore, Uncle, though it has never put a scrap of gold or silver in my pocket, I believe that it has done me good and will do me good. And I say, God bless it.
God bless Christmas.
You there, Bob Cratchit. Let me hear another sound from you, and you'll keep your Christmas by losing your situation. Now, return to those letters.
Yes, Mr. Scrooge.
Don't be angry, Uncle. Come, dine with us for Christmas dinner tomorrow. Helen would love to have you.
Helen? Oh, yes, your wife. Why did you get married, Fred?
Because I fell in love, Uncle.
Because you fell in love with a woman as penniless as yourself. Fred, oh, good afternoon.
But you never visited before my marriage. I want nothing from you. I ask nothing of you.
Very well. Good afternoon.
Oh, I'll keep my Christmas humor to the last. So a Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Good afternoon.
And a Happy New Year.
Good afternoon. Mr. Cratchit, see my nephew out.
This way, Mr. Fred, and Merry Christmas to you, sir.
And to you and your family, Bob. How is Mrs. Cratchit and the little Cratchits, especially your youngest, the lame boy?
Tim, sir, Tiny Tim, he's getting better. Thank you for asking. Happy Christmas to you, sir.
My Clark. With 15 shillings a week, a wife, a family, talking about Merry Christmas. Oh, I'll retire to Bedlam.
Two to see you, mister.
Jolly good day, sir. Have I the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
Mr. Marley, my partner, has been dead these 7 years. In fact, he died 7 years ago this very night. I am Ebenezer Scrooge.
Well, at this festive season, Mr. Scrooge, we seek charity for the poor and destitute.
You see, many thousands are in want of common necessaries. Hundreds of thousands are in want of common comfort, sir.
Are there no prisons?
Plenty of prisons.
And the union workhouses? Are they still in operation?
They are. I wish we could say they were not.
The treadmill and the poor law are still in full vigor then?
I'm both very busy, sir.
Oh, I was afraid that something had stopped them in their useful course. I'm very glad to hear it.
Well, they scarcely furnish Christian cheer, Mr. Scrooge. A few of us wish to buy the poor some meat and drink and means of warmth. We do so now because it is a time when want is keenly felt and abundance rejoices. So, what shall I put you down for?
Nothing.
You wish to be anonymous, sir?
I wish to be left alone. I don't make merry myself at Christmas, and I can't afford to make idle people merry. I help to support the prisons and workhouses. They cost enough. Let those who are badly off go there.
But many can't go there.
Yes, many would rather die.
If they would rather die, they had better do it and decrease the surplus population.
So I see the firm of Scrooge and Marley declined regarding.
It's enough for a man to understand his own business and not to interfere with other people's. Mine occupies me constantly. Good evening, then.
Very well. You've made your views quite clear. Good evening to you, sir.
Mr. Scrooge, it's 7 o'clock, sir, and it is Christmas Eve.
So? Oh, I suppose you want all day tomorrow, Mr. Cratchit?
If quite convenient, sir.
It's not convenient, and it's not fair. If I were to dock you half a crown for it, You think yourself ill-used. I'll be bound, and yet you don't think me ill-used when I pay a day's wages for no work.
'Tis but once a year, sir.
A poor excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December. But I suppose you must have the whole day. Oh, well, be here all the earlier the next morning, Mr. Cratchit.
I will, sir, and thank you, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas indeed. Bah!
Scrooge took his melancholy dinner in his usual melancholy tavern and walked home through the rolling fog and bitter cold. He silently passed the urchins crowded round fires in the street, trying to keep warm. The icy Scrooge trudged along through the dark streets, but just as he reached the door of his dismal house, he thought he heard something calling,
Ebenezer Scrooge! Ebenezer Scrooge!
It was the voice of his long-dead partner, Jacob Marley, whose ghostly face appeared on the door knocker. Scrooge hurried inside, closed the door, and locked himself in. He double-locked himself in. He checked the sitting room, bedroom, lumber room, all as they should be. Nobody under the table, nobody under the sofa, nobody under the bed. Nobody in the closet. Secured against surprise, Scrooge put on his dressing gown and nightcap and sat down before the fire to take his gruel when suddenly
What? What is it? Every bell in the house must be ringing. What in the world? Nonsense. Humbug. It's all humbug. I had... Wait. What's that? Someone's in the cellar. But the doors are locked. Double locked. Something is coming up. Stairs. Closer. It's outside my door. It's humbug. I won't believe it.
Ebenezer Scrooge!
How now? What do you want with me? Who are you?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley. You don't believe in me, Scrooge. Why do you doubt your senses?
A disorder of the stomach makes them cheat. You're not a ghost. You're just a bit of bad beef, a blot of mustard, a fragment of undone potato. Ha! There's more of gravy than of grave about you. Whatever you are, humbug. I tell you, mercy! I believe you. I believe you. I must. Oh, dreadful apparition. Why do you trouble me? Why do spirits walk the earth? Why come to me?
It is required of every man that the spirit within him should walk among his fellow men. If that spirit goes forth in life, it is condemned to do so after death, doomed to wander the world and witness what it cannot share, but might have shared and turn to happiness.
You are fettered, Jacob. Tell me why.
I wear the chain I forged in life, link by link, yard by yard. I'm chained by cash boxes, keys, padlocks, ledgers. Witness the weight and length of strong chain you bear yourself, Scrooge. It is a ponderous chain.
I see no chain.
You shall, on the day of your death, mark me. In life, my spirit never rode beyond the narrow limits of our money-changing hole. And now I'm doomed to wander without rest or peace. No regret can make amends for one's life's opportunities misused.
But were always a good man of business.
Business? Business? Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Charity, mercy, forbearance, and benevolence were all my business. Oh, and it is at this time of the rolling year that I suffer most.
I'm sorry for you, Jacob. Is there anything I can do?
For me, it is too late, but I have come to warn you of a hope and a chance of escaping my fate. You will be haunted by 3 spirits. Expect the first tomorrow when the bell tolls 1. The second the next night at the same hour. The third upon the next night. And at the last stroke of 12, without your visit, you cannot hope to shun the path I tread. Ebenezer, look out this window. That poor woman and her infant huddled on the doorstep below. Look, that you may see for your own sake.
Just like yourself. They surround the woman, but they're not haunting her. They're pleading. Can't she see them? Their anguish? Why do these ghosts lament, Jacob? Why do they wail?
They seek to aid her. They seek to do good in human matters, but have lost their power forever. They wail in unceasing torture and remorse. Beware this cruel fate, Ebenezer. Beware, 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 beware.
Scrooge awoke. He was lying on his bed, still in his robe. Was Marley's visit a dream or not? He decided it was a dream and nothing more. But suddenly, the curtains of his bed were drawn aside, and Scrooge found himself face to face with an unearthly visitor who drew them. It was a strange figure, like a child, yet not so like a child as like an old man.
Ebenezer Scrooge!
Are you the spirit whose coming was foretold?
I am the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past?
Your past. I come for your welfare. Rise, Scrooge, and walk with me.
What? Out the window? But I'm mortal and liable to fall.
Bear but a touch of my hand upon your heart, and you shall be upheld, and more than this.
As the words were spoken, they passed through the wall and stood upon an open country road with fields on either hand. A little market town appeared in the distance, with its bridge, its church, and winding river. It was a clear, cold, wintry day, with fresh snow upon the ground.
Do you recognize this place, Scrooge?
Good heavens! I was bred in this place. I was a boy here. Look, in that coach going by. My schoolmates, Edward and John.
Merry Christmas. Farewell.
They're on the Norfolk coast, taking them home for the Christmas holiday.
Goodbye.
Hello, Johnny! Edward! It's me, Ebenezer!
Wait! These are but shadows of the things that have been. They have no consciousness of us. Come.
Why, is my old schoolhouse. Alas, it wasn't a place of learning, more like a prison.
On Christmas Eve, the school is not quite deserted. A solitary child, neglected by his friends, is left there still. A lonely boy, reading beside a feeble fire. Do you know him?
Yes, I know him. I am that child, alone. My only companions were my books. Ali Baba, Robinson Crusoe. Oh, poor boy. Oh, I wish, but it's too late now.
What is the matter, Scrooge?
Oh, nothing. There was a boy singing a Christmas carol at my door last night. I should like to have given him something, that's all.
Let us see another Christmas. Come.
Why, it's me. Years later. But still away at this dismal school. Alone on Christmas.
Ebenezer! Ebenezer!
It's Fan, my sister, my beloved Fan.
Dear, dear brother, I've come to bring you home. Yes, home forever and ever. Father is so much kinder than he used to be that home's like heaven. We're to be get together all Christmas long and have the merriest time in the world. Come with me. Let's go, Ebby, this way.
Your sister was always a delicate creature, whom but a breath might have withered. But she had a large heart. She died a woman, but had, as I think, children, no?
One child, my nephew, Fred. Oh, how he does resemble his mother.
Come to another Christmas past, a celebration.
Fezziwig's warehouse. I apprenticed here. Why, it's old Fezziwig. Bless his heart. Fezziwig alive again at one of his Christmas parties.
Ebenezer, Dick. No more work tonight, Christmas Eve. Join in the festivities. Merry Christmas all. Come and dance. Hilly ho.
Do you recognize yourself, Scrooge? A young man with a twinkle in your eye and a future before you? You're quite enjoying yourself.
Bow and curtsy, tread the needle back again to your place. We're done, my friends, we're done.
Oh, it was a marvelous party. Spirit with cake and punch and cold roast and mince pies and plenty of beer. Look at old Fezziwig, how he dances. It's glorious. Oh, what a jolly time we used to have here.
It was a small matter for old Fezziwig to make these silly folks so full of gratitude.
Small matter? Small indeed.
He has spent only a few pounds of your mortal money. And look, is it so much that he deserves praise?
It isn't that. It isn't that at all, Spirit. Fezziwig has the power to render us happy or unhappy, to make our service light or burdensome, a pleasure or a toil. The happiness he gives is quite as great as if it cost a fortune.
What? Is something bothering you, Scrooge?
No. I should like to say a word or two to my clerk, Bob Cratchit, just now.
Scrooge, my time grows short. Quick, let us travel several years later.
Belle, as beautiful as ever.
A penniless girl who loved you, Scrooge.
And I her. It didn't matter that she had no dowry. We were so happy together.
Until your career with Jacob Marley came between you. As you gained, so you lost. Do you see yourself, Scrooge? You're older now, a man in the prime of life. Your face has begun to wear the signs of care and avarice. Your eyes are greedy, the eager, restless eyes of a miser.
No! Spare me this. Not this, Spirit. No!
This music box is a beautiful gift, Ebenezer, but I realize I matter little to you, very little. To protect yourself from a hard and cruel world, you have become cruel and hard in response. I've tried to cheer and comfort you, but another idol has displaced me.
What idol could ever displace you, Belle?
You now worship a golden idol. I have seen your nobler aspirations fall off, one by one. Oh, Ebenezer, you've become another man.
I wanted security, success, for you, Belle.
I seek tenderness, not riches. Therefore, even though it is Christmas, I release you from our engagement with a full heart for the love of him you once were.
No, Belle, don't.
Dear Ebenezer, may you be happy in the life you've chosen.
Belle, Bell, no. Spirit, show me them no more. Why do you torture me? Remove me. I cannot bear it. Haunt me no longer. No longer. No longer.
Scrooge found himself once more alone, back upon his bed. He drifted off to sleep, only to be awakened again by the stroke of 1. Scrooge gradually noticed a great blaze of ruddy light glowing from beneath the door. Something was in the outer room.
Come in, Ebenezer Scrooge. Come in. Ha ha ha.
He opened the door and beheld his own sitting room, transformed. The walls and ceilings were so hung with living green that it looked a perfect grove. Around the blazing fire lay a feast of meats and fruits and steaming bowls of punch. And there sat a jolly giant, glorious to see. He bore a glowing torch shaped like Plenty's horn and held it up, high up, to shed its light on Scrooge as he came peeping round the door.
Ha ha. Come in. Come in and know me better, man. I am the ghost of Christmas. Christmas present. You've never seen the like of me before.
O Spirit, conduct me where you will. I went forth last night on compulsion, yet learnt a lesson which is working even now. Tonight, if you have aught to teach me, let me profit by it.
Profit? Still, Scrooge. Ha 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 ha. Well then, touch my robe.
Happy Christmas!
And instantly they were transported to the streets of London on a bright Christmas day. The shops were bustling with jolly people completing their errands or returning from church. The grocers, the poultry and fruit shops, all were busy and all a delight. Presently, Scrooge and the Spirit came to Camden Town, to a humble house on a humble street.
This is the home of my clerk, Bob Cratchit, his wife and 6 children. Why are we here, Spirit?
What has ever got your precious father then? And your brother Tiny Tim?
Oh, but here's Martha, Mother. Hurrah! Sorry I'm late, Mother. We'd had a deal of work to finish up late last night and to clear away this morning.
Well, never mind, so long as you are here. Sit down by the fire, my dear, and get warm. Lord bless you.
No, Father's coming. Hide, Martha, hide. Father, Father!
Ah, Peter, Belinda, Frederick, Harriet. Why, where's our Martha?
Not coming?
Not coming for Christmas Day?
Here I am, Father. Happy Christmas.
And how did little Tim behave at church, Bob?
As good as gold, and better. Hey, Tim.
They sang ever so nice, Mother. I hope the people saw me in church. Because I'm a cripple, it might be pleasant for them to remember on Christmas who made lame beggars walk and blind men see.
Bless you, my son. See, Mother, his heart is strong, and he will get better. I know it.
Oh, let's play a game, Father. Play the memory game with us. Please? Please?
Yes. And then we'll sing some songs and Oh, look.
Ooh, smell that goose! Hurrah, look, there was never such a goose, never!
All right, be seated. Here you go. Take your turn now. There is plenty of bread and potatoes for all of you. Eat them first.
And later, plum pudding.
Ooh, plum pudding.
Martha, dear, sit next to Tiny Tim and make sure he eats plenty. He must stay strong and well. If anything should happen...
Oh, Mother, don't even think that. I'll see that he eats well. Here, Tim. Plum pudding. Oh, goose.
Quiet, please. Such a feast requires a Merry Christmas to us all. God bless us.
God bless us. God bless us.
God bless us.
God bless us.
God bless us, everyone.
Tell me, Spirit, tell me if Tiny Tim will live.
I see a vacant seat by the chimney and a crutch without an owner, carefully preserved. If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die.
No, oh no. Kind Spirit, say he will be spared.
Why? If he be like to die, he had better do it and decrease the surplus population.
Oh, you use my own words against me.
Yes, perhaps in the future you will hold your tongue until you have discovered what the surplus population is and where it is. It may be that in the sight of heaven, you are more worthless and less fit to live than millions like this poor man's child.
Now the punch, steaming hot. Take your turn. There's enough for a toast, and one after that.
A toast to Christmas.
Here, I would like to propose a toast to Mr. Scrooge.
What? Father?
The founder of the feast. To Mr. Scrooge.
Father, no.
The founder of the feast, indeed. I wish I had Mr. Scrooge here. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast upon, and I'd hope he vowed a good appetite for it.
My dear, it is Christmas Day.
Oh, I'll drink to his health, for your sake and the day's, not for his. Long life to him. A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. He'll be very merry and very happy, I have no doubt.
Come, Ebenezer, to a gathering across town.
My nephew, Fred, his wife, Helen, and their many hungry friends.
How have you been? Merry Christmas.
And then he said, Christmas was a humbug, as I live. And he believed it too.
More shame for him, Fred.
He's a comical old fellow, that's the truth, and not so pleasant as he might be. However, his offenses carry their own punishment, and I have nothing to say against him.
Well, I'm sure he's very rich. At least you always tell me so.
What of it, my dear wife? His wealth is of no use to him. He doesn't make himself comfortable with it.
I have no patience with him.
No.
Well, I have. I am sorry for him. I couldn't be angry with him even if I tried. Who suffers by his ill whims? Himself, always. I mean to give him the same chance every year, whether he likes it or...
Still playing blind man's bluff?
Come now, Topper, my fellow. Helen's sister knows you're cheating. I think.
Oh, our furnishings.
Ooh, let's play at forfeits.
Forfeits? Oh, no.
Wait, let's play the game of yes and no. Think of something, dear husband, and we'll have to find out what.
Oh, yay.
All right. Quick now, ask away.
Vegetable.
No.
Animal.
Yes.
A friendly animal?
No.
Disagreeable.
Yes.
Savage.
Yes.
Grunts and growls? Talks?
Yes to both, sometimes.
Lives in London in a menagerie?
Yes and no.
Walks the streets.
Oh, yes.
Horse?
No, no, no.
Then it's a bull.
No.
Tiger?
No!
A bear.
No, but almost.
I have found it out, Fred. I know what it is.
You do? What is it?
It's your Uncle Scrooge.
Yes, and he has given us plenty of merriment, I'm sure. So it would be ungrateful not to drink his health. Here is a glass of mulled wine, ready to our hand at the moment. So here, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to the old man, whatever he is. He wouldn't take it from me, but he may have it just the same. To Uncle Scrooge.
Uncle Scrooge.
Come, Ebenezer. There is much more to see. Men who keep Christmas in their hearts. Come.
Much they saw and far they went, and many homes were visited, but always with a happy end. The Spirit stood beside sick beds, and they were cheerful. On foreign lands, and they were close at home. By poverty, and it was rich. In almshouse, hospital, and jail, in misery's every refuge, the Spirit of Christmas left his blessing and taught Scrooge as he went. Presently, they returned to the streets of London, where the Spirit's final lesson, but the Spirit had aged.
My life upon this globe is very brief. My time with you, Ebenezer, is almost done. Have you gained by what I have shown you of the good in most men's hearts?
I don't know. How can I promise? Perhaps I'm too old to change.
If it is too hard a lesson to learn, then look up on these. Look here, under my robe.
What? Two frightful, hideous, miserable children, yellow, meager, scowling. Spirit, are they yours?
They are man's. This boy is ignorance. This girl is want. Beware them both, and all of their degree. But most of all, beware this boy, for on his brow I see that written which is doom, unless the writing be erased. Without the spirit of Christmas to comfort them, narrow patriotism and greed would release these wretched beings upon the world.
But Spirit, have they no refuge or resource?
Are there no workhouses? Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses? Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses
And with that,
are there no prisons?
the ghost of Christmas present dissolved into the mist, and Scrooge stood alone on the street. As the last stroke of midnight rang, Scrooge remembered the prediction of old Jacob Marley, and lifting his eyes, he beheld the third spirit, a solemn phantom shrouded in black, draped and hooded, coming like a mist along the ground towards him.
Am I in the presence of a ghost of Christmas yet to come? You are about to show me shadows of the things that have not yet happened, but will happen? Spirit, will you not speak to me? Oh, ghost of the future, I fear you more than any specter I've seen, but as I know your purpose is to do me good, and as I hope to live to be another man from what I was, lead on. The night is waning fast, and it is precious time to me. Lead on. Why, it's my accustomed corner at the Royal Exchange, among businessmen. And here are my fellow merchants, as I have seen them often.
I don't know much about it either way. I only know he's dead.
When did he die?
Last night, I believe.
Well, old Scratch, he got his own at last, eh?
So I am told.
What has he done with his money?
His company, perhaps. He hasn't left it to me. That's all I know.
It's likely to be a very cheap funeral. Upon my life, I don't know of anybody to go to it.
I don't mind going, if a lunch is provided.
Spirit, why show me this trivial conversation? They can't be discussing the death of my old partner, Jacob Marley. Is there some hidden purpose? Where is my own shadow? I expect the conduct of my future self to provide some latent moral for my own improvement. I have been resolving a change of life, Spirit, and I hope you can show me my newborn resolutions being carried out here. Oh, what obscure part of the town are we in now, Spirit? This whole quarter reeks with crime and filth and misery. Why bring me to this low-browed, beetling hovel, a rag and bone shop? Who are these grotesque people?
Look here, old Joe. Let the charwoman be the first. Let the laundress be second. And let the undertaker's man be the last one you see.
Then, what have you got to sell, my dear? What have you got to sell?
What's the worse for the loss of a few things like these? Not a dead man, I suppose, eh?
No, indeed. If he wanted to keep him after he was dead, the wicked old screw, why wasn't he more natural in his lifetime?
Mrs. Dilber.
Well, if he had been, He'd have had somebody to look after him when he's struck with death, instead of lying there gasping out his last alone by himself. 'Tis true, Joe.
'Tis the truest word you have ever spoke. It's judgment on him. It is. What's this? Bed curtains?
Ah, yes. Bed curtains.
You don't mean to say you took them down, rings and all, with him lying there?
And why not? Ah, don't drop that lamp's oil upon the blankets now.
His blankets, too?
And this fine shirt is the best he had. They'd have wasted it by dressing him up if it hadn't been for me.
Oh, Spirit, I see. The case of this unhappy man might be my own. My life tends that way now. What is this? A bare, uncurtained bed? The shrouded body of the plundered unknown man? He lay here with no one to say he was kind to me. And for the memory of one kind word, I will be kind to him. Spirit, you point to the head of this corpse. Do you wish me to remove the cover? Spirit, this is a fearful place. In leaving it, I shall not leave its lesson. Trust me. Let us go. I understand you, and I would do it if I could, but I have not the power, Spirit. I have not the power. No. Oh. Let me see some tenderness connected with this death, or this dark chamber will be forever present to me. Spirit, once more we are at the home of Bob Cratchit, but it is different, so quiet. What is it, Spirit? What kind of Christmas day is this?
And he took a child and set it in the midst of them, and it answered, I say unto them, none but those who are as humble as little children shall enter into heaven. Whosoever shall receiveth one such little child in my name receiveth me.
Stop. Oh, Peter, just stop reading. Oh, my son, Tiny Tim.
Mother, please don't cry. Father will be home soon. Don't let him know you've been crying.
Oh, he's late again tonight, Martha. Oh, when he had Tiny Tim on his shoulder, he would walk very fast. Oh, very fast indeed. But the child was light to carry. Oh, and Father loved him so. It was no trouble at all.
Here's Father now.
Oh, sorry I'm late, Mother. I wish you could have gone. It would have done you good to see how green the place was. But you'll see it often, I promised. Oh, I promised Tim that we'd walk there on Sundays.
Oh, Bob.
My little child, my little child.
Spectre, something informs me that our parting moment is at hand. Tell me, what man was that whom we saw lying dead? merciful heaven, a dismal, ruinous churchyard, desolate, lonely, crumbling graves. Here then, is the wretched man. He lay underneath the ground. This grave? Before I draw nearer to that stone, tell me, Spirit, are these the shadows of things that will be? Or are they the shadows of things that may be only? Spirit, that tombstone, what is written upon it? Wait. The name on the grave is Ebenezer Scrooge. Oh, Ebenezer Scrooge. No! No, Spirit. Why show me this if I am past all hope? Am I to become like Jacob Marley? Like the other cursed ghosts, chained, wandering the earth forever? No, no! Spirit, hear me. I am not the man I was. Tell me that I may change these dreadful shadows. I'll honor Christmas in my heart. I'll try and keep it all the year. I'll live in the past, the present, and the future, and not shut out the lessons they teach. I pray, please, Spirit, that I may sponge away the writing on this stone. I beg you, I'll change. I'll change. I pray. I pray. I'll change. I'll change. Please, please, I'll... change. Why, what's this? My bedpost. I'm home. In my own bed. In my own room. Oh, Jacob Marley, heaven and the Christmas time be praised for this. I don't know what day of the month it is. I don't know how long I've been among the spirits. I don't know anything. I am as light as a feather, as happy as an angel, as merry as a schoolboy, as giddy as a drunken man. Oh, glorious light, fresh air, the window. Why, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
And a happy New Year to you, sir.
Boy, what's today? What day is it, my fine fellow?
Today is Christmas Day, sir.
Christmas Day? I haven't missed it. The spirits have done it all in one night. Boy, do you know the poulterers in the next street at the corner?
I should hope I did.
Do you know whether they've sold the prize turkey that was hanging up there?
What, the big one as big as me? Or it's hanging there now?
Is it? Well, go and buy it.
Walk?
No, I am in earnest. Go and buy it and tell them to bring it here. that I may make a certain
Delightedly, Scrooge sent the boy to buy the prized turkey and have it delivered to the Cratchit family as an anonymous gift. Then the new Ebenezer Scrooge dressed himself all in his best and got out into the streets of London. By this time, people were pouring forth, and Scrooge regarded all with a delighted smile and hearty holiday greeting.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
By mere chance, Scrooge came upon the charity seekers he had dismissed yesterday, but today he apologized and made a large donation to their worthy cause, with many back payments included. He went to church, walked about the streets, watched the people hurrying to and fro. He patted children on the head, questioned beggars, and found that everything could yield him pleasure. He had never dreamed that any walk, that anything could give him so much happiness. In the afternoon, Scrooge turned his steps to the door of his nephew, Fred, who was in the midst of Christmas dinner with his wife and their many hungry friends.
Uncle Ebenezer! Why, I can't believe you're really here at my home on Christmas.
I come to beg your pardon, Fred, for the things I said about Christmas. That was a humbug.
Well, I don't know what to say. Do come in. Helen, look. Well, may I present my wife, Helen?
Uncle Ebenezer, I never expected this of you.
Oh, Helen, so pleased to meet you. But can you forgive an old fool?
Oh, of course, Uncle.
Well, join the feast. Set another place at the table. Here, raise your glasses, all. I propose a toast to Uncle Scrooge.
To Uncle Scrooge.
And so Ebenezer Scrooge rejoined his family and rejoined the family of man. The next morning, Scrooge was early at the office. If he could only be there first and catch Bob Cratchit coming late, that was the thing he had set his heart upon. And was Bob ever late? The clock had struck 9, no Bob. 1:15, no Bob. Finally,
Mr. Cratchit, what do you mean by coming in at this time of day?
I am very sorry, sir. I am behind my time. It shall not be repeated. I was making rather merry yesterday, sir.
Bob Cratchit, I'll not stand this sort of thing any longer. And therefore, I am about to raise your salary.
Oh, please, sir. You're gonna raise my salary? But, sir.
Wait. No, Bob. I've not lost my senses. I've come to them. A Merry Christmas, Bob. A Merry Christmas, and I have given you for many a year. Yes, I'll raise your salary and endeavor to assist your struggling family. We will discuss your affairs this very afternoon over a bowl of Christmas punch. Bob Cratchit, Merry Christmas!
And Scrooge was better than his word. He became as good a friend, as good a master, and as good a man as the good old city had ever seen. And to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he became a second father. And it was always said that Ebenezer Scrooge knew how to keep Christmas well. May that be truly said of us, all of us. And so, as Tiny Tim sagely observed,
God bless us, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, all through our holiday playhouse, not a creature is stirring that doesn't wish our radio audience a Merry, Merry Christmas. This goes for all of us, from our Walla Walla vocalizers,
Merry Christmas!
From our sound effects crew of joyful noisemakers, you get the idea, from our director and engineer, and from our wonderful cast.
Merry Christmas!
This story was adapted for radio and scored by Anthony E. Palermo. If our little production has provided you and your family with good cheer, then you have only to thank Charles Dickens, the founder of our feast in this fairy tale for the ages, especially our own. This has been a very merry production of United Christian Parish.